We are going to be talking about the AS6200CA, the Antigua Winds ProOne alto saxophone in classic antique. Stick around. Howdy everybody, my name is Andrew King. I'm here at Alamo Music. Please remember to visit us at alamomusic.com where we have all of these instruments available for purchase and for financing if that's more your game. Please welcome this, the absolutely integral instrument to your new collection, the Antigua Winds AS6200CA, classic antique ProOne alto saxophone designed by Peter Ponzol. We have already talked about this horn in a different vintage. It was in the vintage lacquer that came out a couple months ago. That video, basically it talked about what the instrument had on it. I'm going to take today to kind of talk about different lacquers. This instrument in particular sports all the same stuff that I already talked about before, stuff I'm a huge fan of. The neck has a gorgeous open, free-blowing sound. The really helps with a lot of jazz sounds in my opinion, and honestly with the lacquer I'll talk about that more too. The trident arms on the B and the B flat key are also going to be very supporting, very heavy, so there's not going to be a lot of issue with pressing down the keys too hard. It's going to be really light fingers. Again, professional action of course, so this is a state-of-the-art kind of professional instrument. Highly recommend it. So when it comes to the alto saxophone and saxophones in general, aesthetic is going to be a big part of it for a lot of people. I'm a huge fan of mostly of single color saxophones. So like for me, I play on a YAS61 personally. This is an older saxophone, purely brass all the way across. The reason I bring that up is because for my aesthetic and everything like that and what I enjoy, and I think what you'll enjoy too, is that these Antigua ProOnes have a full body color going down the entire way. If you look through it, even the posts, even the G-sharp keys, even the rods and everything like that are sporting a beautiful classic antique finish. These instruments are also going to be done with some cryotech as far as going with the freezing process. So you have very sharp hand engraved designs on the bell. This is also going to be having a fabulous weight as far as the metal is concerned. It has very solid build, so a lot of this, which I already talked about in the last video, is going to be holding true here. But one of the reasons I brought this, and I kind of wanted to bring it up, is when it comes to lacquer and when it comes to going from different finishes to different finishes. There's a lot of mythology to this whole process that kind of you have to keep in context to how marketing is handled when it comes to it. If you look at, say, like Yamaha, you're going to see a lot of, or even Selmer in that case, you're going to see a lot of black instruments, right? The black saxophones compared to the gold instruments. Silver saxophones going to compared to that. And while there is a lot of credibility to it and everything like that, I'm going to say that a large portion of it is going to be a lot more psychological, but psychological is super important and you want to feel good playing the instrument that you have. The other lacquers and everything are going to be probably having a little bit of a higher price tag, only because it's not because the instrument might be better per se, but honestly it's going to be more along the lines of it's just not made as much, and so it costs a little bit more to manufacture them. The one place where I say that this kind of metal or lacquer finish or anything like that really has a lot more say in the process, the sound of the saxophone is going to be more in the neck. If you go into any of these, say like you get like a Mark VI saxophone, the lacquer and the finish on the neck, if you get a different neck, say like a pure silver neck or anything, you're going to get a lot stronger of a sound. It's going to be way more pure than you would if you got a brass neck or say like a pure gold neck. It's just a way more resonant metal. When it comes down to it as well, you're also going to have, and especially on this saxophone in particular, other parts of the aesthetic that I'm very big fan of that not a lot of people know about is going to be like, say, like the resonators on the pads. This sports great metal resonators, so if you're a jazz player, in my opinion, this is going to be one of these kind of go-to horns, especially if you don't want to foot the bill for that like $5,000 saxophone, say like the 875, or maybe like the super, like even the newer altos that are coming out. This horn, especially if you're already a professional player or you're wanting to take this way more seriously, even in like high school or going into college, this is probably one of the better horns that you can get. And purely based on design and everything, I'm a huge fan. This is, because of the classic antique finish, this instrument is already sporting the look of basically the classic antique look, so almost tarnish-esque look. So you get kind of that age look and everything like that. It's very striking visually. I'm gonna say that this is also one of the, after playing it first, I've been doing for this review and playing it and everything, it also plays great. The sound in the air is beautifully free-blowing. I'm a really big fan of the key action. The weight of the keys is great and feels awesome. And one thing I like about this that not a lot of other saxophone goes is I'm also a big fan of the octave key being more of like a button press rather than like a key press. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's basically you don't need a lot of effort to press down the octave key, and it's super responsive right off the gate. So let's go ahead and look at the demo. Tell me what you think about it, and then we'll talk more about that afterwards. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I do want to reemphasize that this instrument, it just plays really nicely top to bottom. I don't have to really change anything with my intonation. Again, this is a professional horn, and I would put this in line with those top horns as well, but the price point that it's at is actually fantastic. It's just under $3,000 of today's date, which today is October 6th. 2023, so the price is fantastic for what it is. It's a very good quality. With the trident arms, with the octave key that I really enjoy, the neck's fantastic. I'm able to kind of blow all through it without much trouble. I'm gonna give this one it's one of my favorite horns out there. Please also have a listen to me playing it, the vintage lacquer version on my other video. I want you to kind of compare them as well, just see what you like, what you don't like. It's definitely more of an aesthetic thing, I will definitely say. But with Antigua, they're different lacquer versions. There's really no price difference between them, so you kind of get what kind of aesthetic you want in the same price point. So you don't have to worry about higher prices or anything like that. So Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or if you wanted to know any other instruments that you would like to see, please let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you want to be notified for any other kind of content that we have coming out later in the future. And thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.